This is a place for planting, for digging, for harvesting, for relaxing. It's a place to get your hands dirty, but most of all, it's about having fun. And that's what you'll always have when you're in the garden with Doug Oster. You want a green thumb too, don't you? We're on the road today at Best Feeds Garden Center in Ross, and right now in this nice cozy greenhouse, but in just a minute, we're headed outside into the elements to learn all about using a live balled and burlap tree for the holidays. Well, all right, Dwayne, we picked a great day to do this segment.
Yeah.
Cold rain.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're underneath this. How popular is it for people to have a live tree, a balled and burlap live tree for Christmas?
Of course, it's not as popular as it's been in the past, but now the younger generation are concerned about our environment and would rather buy a live tree and put it in their yard.
So start off and talk about the tree itself. What are we going to get here when we get this tree?
This is a balled and burlap tree, they call it, meaning the root structure's on the plant, so something you can plant after Christmas.
We can't just take this and throw it right in the house.
No, you should transition this plant to have your best results. If it's been really cold and we've had a few frosts now, the thing would be to take it to a garage or maybe a building that's somewhat out of the weather for a couple days to slowly transition it from the cold weather to a little bit of a warmer weather, but not immediately into where your furnaces and heaters are.
So 3 days in the garage enough, you think?
2-3 days is fine,
All right.
yeah.
Then we bring it inside.
And then we're going to bring it inside.
All right, so talk about the timing there. How long do we leave it inside?
We would like to not leave it in no longer than a week for your best success.
All right. We don't want to leave it inside too long because why?
Well, the plant will start to want to come out of dormancy as it warms up. The plant starts to want to move the sap through the plant, and the sap right now is being stored in the root structure of that plant. So the less you disturb that process, the healthier the plant stays going back outside.
All right, and for a week. Now we take it out to the garage again, is that right?
We would like to take it back to the garage for another 2 or 3 day transition before we take it right to the outside.
One thing I didn't think of though is digging the hole first, or how do you do that?
Well, if you have an opportunity with the weather like it still is, the ground's workable, and you can put frozen dirt back around your tree. So if you can get the hole dug now, take the dirt in the house and keep it thawed out so you have good workable soil. If you want to plant it after Christmas, there are other ways you can heal it in, and we can talk about that too.
Yeah, what does that mean when we say heal it in? Instead of digging the hole.
Right. Healing in it is you're taking it out and leaving it above ground, and you're bringing mulch up around the root ball of that plant. And it's not to keep it warm, it's to keep it dormant, that it doesn't go in and out of dormancy during a warm spell during the winter months. So when you pull that mulch away in a cold winter, you'll actually still see ice crystals in there keeping that thing dormant.
All right, so inside, let's talk about what we can do for the tree to keep it watered, to keep it happy.
Right. Now, a lot of people, when they're buying their tree, they're out trying to find these big buckets and tubs.
Like this.
To put that tree in, but you're really just trying to keep it moderately moist and trying to keep your carpets or your hardwood floors from getting ruined, so you just need something that's going to hold water and not leak. So you can use something as simple as like this that you would use for your house plants. Or they make thinner, even cheaper ones. You have to be careful you don't crack it, of course, putting it in. But you can use something like this or anything you can just slightly get your root ball in or on that you're not going to ruin your floors in the house.
Right, and then how much water?
Just moistening it. So you're not using like where there's water sitting under it. So maybe a half a cup of water or so just to moisten it, enough that you feel it feels damp. But not saturating that root ball by no means.
All right. And then what do you have here?
The other thing that really helps with this plant is called wilt stop. Wilt stop retains the moisture in the plant, so you spray the foliage of the plant before you bring it in the house, preferably, maybe in your garage. Let that dry on the plant, and it's like you putting chapstick on your lips. It seals the moisture in the plant so the moisture is not drawn out through the foliage. But the last thing you want to do is just take and throw it out in the cold, leave it above ground, and hope it makes it.
That's not going to work.
It's not going to work.
All right. Dwayne, thanks very much.
You're welcome. Thanks for
Appreciate
having
it.
us.
All right. For more information about everything we talked about today, check me out online. That's where you can find more photos, videos, stories, and blog posts. Until next week, you know where I'm going. See you then.